Hello, so today I'm going to talk about how to balance the proportions and how to dress if you do have slightly wider and curvier hips. So the way to tell if this is you is to look at your measurement at the under shoulder area. So your shoulder measurement, where the shoulders meet the body, that's what you want to take a horizontal measurement of. And then compare that to the horizontal measurement across the hips. Now if the hip measurement is broader than the measurement across the shoulder, then you are in good company because that is the most common body shape in Western Europe. So yes, this is one of the reasons why I talk about this particular body shape so much. It's very commonly found. I am one of those body types myself, and a few celebrities that you might know of with that body shape are Christina Hendricks and Oprah Winfrey, who I do reference a lot when I'm giving talks and things about the body shapes and how to dress. So for this body type, it's all about balancing out the proportions. So where your hips are looking at the moment, the widest part of your body, what you want to do is to create other areas of your body that look equally as wide. So for example, the shoulder is a really, really good one to play with and probably the best place to start. So balancing out the shoulder is a really easy trick. Look for styles with details on the shoulder like military epaulettes, which is the little tab that sits on your shoulder with a little button. You get them a lot on not just military jackets, but on leather biker jackets and trench coats, and lots of winter coats have them. They're particularly good. The obvious one is probably going to be shoulder pads. Even if it's a very slim shoulder pad, it just gives a bit of structure to an otherwise unstructured garment. So if I wanted to strengthen my shoulder in this dress that I'm wearing today, I would want to put a little shoulder pad in here, even if it's just a sticky one that you could buy from John Lewis and put on under any garment you like, blouses, dresses. It works an absolute charm. And if you've got a good tailor and you buy jackets and tailoring that don't have a strong shoulder to them, then get him to insert some shoulder pads into the inner of your jacket, and it really, really works well. Ruffle details, if you are that kind of person, or even that cold shoulder detail, is really, really good because it draws the eye to this area. Drawing the eye is a brilliant trick. So, necklaces, lower necklines, interesting necklines, jewellery, groomed hair and makeup, all those things draw the eye upwards, which is a really good thing if you are bottom heavy, let's say. Going back to balancing the proportions, so we've spoken about the shoulder, that's probably the most important one to do, but we can also add some volume in other areas. One that looks good on pretty much everyone is a slightly flared leg on a trouser. In particular, when that's worn with a high heel, that looks absolutely amazing. Cropped flares, not so much. That's very, very tricky. But the full length flares where you can wear like a nice wedge heel underneath are super, super flattering because it's then adding a bit of a broader silhouette around the ankle area, which then creates balance with the hip and really, really straightens out the proportions in the silhouette and looks amazing. Now, talking about straightening silhouettes, what I meant to say earlier actually and didn't was that it's not for everybody. You do have your Beyoncés and J-Los of the world and your Kardashians who really celebrate the curvy body, and that's great and beautiful and feminine, and I'm an absolute advocate of that. It's not to everybody's taste, so I'm really dealing with how to balance out to create a straighter body line. Okay, so back to where else you can add volume in a way that's beneficial. If you don't have very big boobs, you can add volume on the upper part of your body by wearing dresses that are slightly blouson shaped. So where they may taper in a little bit at the waist and then come out again on the upper body, almost as if it's where you've tucked in a blouse to a high waist trouser or a belt, and then the fabric kind of volumes out a little bit. So if anybody saw the pictures of me in my Mars red dress that I wore recently on my Instagram, that's blouson shape, and that works a charm as well. What you will also want to do is to balance out the horizontal with the vertical, so anything that's leg lengthening. So we already spoke about the longer and slightly flared leg or wider trousers. Just make sure that those trousers are not loose on the upper leg and the bum. They need to be fitted and just skim the bum and the thighs, nothing that adds volume in that area, and certainly no pleated skirts, because that is just going to accentuate the hips, which is what we're trying not to do for this particular exercise, right? If you are not wearing full length trousers with heels, which you can't always do, I get, what you will want to do is make sure that the trousers aren't too long and aren't bunching at the ankles, because those stripes that the creases create around your ankles make your legs look shorter, so please don't do that. Okay, so just to recap, balance the proportions by adding a little bit of width to the shoulders. If you can wear fluted skirts and flared leg on the trouser when you're going full length, that works a charm. Definitely you'll want to show the waist, not necessarily by wearing things that are fitted and tight to the waist, but skimming the waist. No added volume on the hips and the thighs, and I think that's about it. So if you want any more information, give me a shout or at kerenbowstyling.com. You'll get all my contact details there, and I am at the moment offering a free 30-minute consultation. See you guys soon.